Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League pre-season 21 mini. Today, we're taking a look at Coplice versus Brionne. If the fact that we watched a Coplice game in the last round on Sunday doesn't tip it off for you, I don't think this one goes well for the Brionne team. See how it goes. No, Elder Titan. Immediately taking a swing at Brionne, which I think is smart. Brionne hits back by taking some swings at Cryptic. Poor Cryptic has not had a single game so far where at least one of his heroes didn't get banned. Shadow Demon up next.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting to see the Shadow Demon ban that's targeted at 0, presumably.
5 seconds remaining.
Seen 0 doing some work with it in some of the other games, so makes some sense to get rid of that. But again, just classic strategy for this mini. Seems like outside of the first game tonight, pretty much what most of what the bans have been is just aim at the support, hack away. I hope everybody didn't hear that gross noise I just made after I finished saying that. I don't think you did. No, Witch Doctor. Doesn't really work against us because Cryptic and I have a fat hero pool. Whether it works or not is very secondary to whether or not people are doing it, and people are doing it. You're doing it too. Brionne also has a really big hero pool, for the record. And out the Spear Breaker's interesting. I don't think that hero's been picked thus far. Again, if it has been, it's been in a match I have not seen. And by the way, for the record, for the benefit of those at home, Fuchs dies here, that's 0.
Dire team ban.
No Tuska. They're really trying to hit the support. So Cryptic has been rocking and rolling the toss in the last few games, so.
5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if Coplice is going to first pick the axe here, that'd be funny.
Dire team pick.
Nope, we'll never have that opportunity now. Yeah, probably. Like I said, in a mini, you don't really have enough time for teams to establish like what they're doing, to like establish very firm strategies. So I do think, in large part, it is going to be a lot of, what's this guy? Here is this player. What's he playing? Are we afraid of this, either from him being a god or from it being messing with our strategy? If so, give it the ban. Another Snapfire pick. Again, somebody must have been running this thing. We've just had too many Snapfire picks now for it to be a coincidence. Again, I'm not sure why. Like I said, no matter who's been picking it, it's still kind of a trash can in pub games. And like I said before, I think LD2L tends to follow pub meta more than pro meta. It's definitely its own kind of thing at this tier, but
Dire team ban.
Snapfire I can't ever say I'm that happy to see in an LD2L game, at least not at this tier. And against Dazzle, you immediately have a great argument against it. I mean, whenever I'm talking about the Snapfire versus Undying matchup, right? Support matchup, one of the things I talk about is that Undying likes these long, drawn-out fights, right? Undying likes to have a lot of time to sap your strength, to let, tombstone zombies build up, to, build up big soul rip, get a lot of time on with his ult. He likes these very long, prolonged engagements. Snapfire counters them not just by killing the tombstone quickly, but also by the fact that she very quickly, decisively ends things. She has a... the cookie is either going to be a quick in or quick out. The shotgun is a very high alpha attack. The artillery strike is obviously very high alpha. Snapfire makes it quick and dirty. Unless you literally don't die when Snapfire does things to you, which Dazzle can make happen. Not that necessarily, when Snapfire tries to make things quick and dirty, get that quick little pick, that Dazzle's always going to be there, and the Wings is always going to get the job done. But, you know, the picture in my head of a shallow grave falling on an artillery strike victim is a sad one indeed. Forces the fight to go long, whether somebody who wants to go short wants it to do so or not, is what I'm getting at here. So kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, where Snapfire wants to make the fights quick and decisive, but Dazzle can stop that, if circumstances line up. Anyway. No Necro, no Centaur, no Mars. They're really trying to make life hard for Pos 3s in this game. Picking up the Lich. I mean, this is great, but you really need some AoE stun. One of the best things you got to do the job just got banned too, so it's kind of awkward. So definitely want to see like an Enigma, though I don't know how much I want to see an Enigma, but something like an Enigma, something like the just banned Mars, Magnus. Something to get a lot of people sticking together. Rubik is an interesting response to this lineup. Definitely a good Rubik game thus far. And just a couple of good heroes. It's like, you can't really get anything that bad from Snap, and you can't really get anything bad from Lich. So, you know, you're happy in this Rubik game no matter how that goes.
5 seconds remaining.
Thinking hard about the next pick.
Radiant team pick.
It's gonna be Brewmaster. Now that's hypothetically, any kind of like big AoE type situation on the Radiant can make that go bad pretty quick, but if they are not able to get some method of keeping everybody on the Dire together,
5 seconds remaining.
then that's a really hard target for either of those two to deal with, and somebody can prey on both of those guys pretty easily. Pretty good starting lineup here on the Dire. Light on CC on both teams, perhaps. Well, that'll fix it for the Radiant. Dire has the Rock on the Brewmaster Ghost, which you don't get every day. Rubik Lift, whatever he steals as far as CC goes, which the Sand King might actually enable him to do a lot more on that. It's another great target. Oh, a bit of a self-counter pick in that way.
5 seconds remaining.
You got the Dazzle Hex. That's your list of CC thus far on the Dire. So it would be nice to see somebody with some good ability to do it later on in their draft, especially seeing Mr. Ursa pop in here. I think the Radiant has kind of detected that issue. Seeks to do something about it. Or not do something about it, but to exploit the issue. Though I will say, even though the Dire lacks for stuns, I don't know if they lack for, you know, they got plenty of slows, they got Shallow Grave, the Brewmaster ult. This looks, you know, I understand they don't have CC. I want to be Ursa here, but I don't know about this one. This could go bad. If there's like, the only problem they have right now is they don't really have enough to like kill the guy, and if they get somebody who is able to do that in these last two picks, it's a sour looking Ursa game. Unfortunately, their mid player is like a non-mid player trying to learn the lane, so it's kind of unlikely they're going to be able to get some kind of big decisive swipe out of him for their last pick.
Dire team back.
Okay. Slardar's coming up here. Is that somebody who's going to be able to deal with the Ursa? I'd say so. Have enough damage. I mean, he's going to lose if the two get face to face. Slardar and the Ursa kiss, the Ursa wins. But if Ursa is just getting, you know, really it's almost more of an enabler thing here, right? Brewmaster hits ult, Slardar hits Ursa with his ult, Ursa dies. The Slardar himself maybe can blink stun on it, but doesn't necessarily have to get involved, which is a win-win for him.
Dire team back.
The Sand King ult can mess with the Brewmaster ult. That Ruby can deal with. They can mess with a lot of this. This looks like an awesome time for Rubik this game.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Slardar is going to have to be a little worried about that Lich ult, I will say. To this point, the Lich ult has basically looked like it was just going to hit Brewmaster Ghost, but Slardar is probably going to be with those guys in all of those fights, so they're going to have to make extra sure not to make a pong ball out of them. Interesting bans out here from the Dire. I think they're just... I don't know. I don't think they're just banning things they don't want to play against. Now, Troll's an interesting last pick, and not a guy we've seen really any of so far this tournament. Yeah, that's devastating. I don't know. Everything they got on the Radiant so far is all about these quick, decisive fights, and now you've got two different cores who say no to that, and a support that says no to that. You got so much to beat through if you want to just clear everything with a Sand King ult and Snap ult. I mean, the Sand King ult plus a Snap and all those guys is a good combo. Even better, they get another stun guy here. Gotta wait till the last second to give us DK. I mean, it's not a great stun, but it's something. It's not a bad DK game by any regard. You know, the armor buff he gets is going to basically mean that Slardar is only balancing him out rather than about to annihilate him. If the Slardar ult is not on him, then he's fine into the Troll, he's fine into the Brewmaster. He doesn't care that much, especially after BKB. But, like, I don't know if fine's going to cut it, because he's not going to kill any of these guys either. He's just going to be, you know, surviving things longer. It's just another bit of sad news for poor Ursa. Now he has mischance too. So he's going to need that MKB. He's going to get his armor broken and then have Troll Warlord beat the crap out of him. Going to have Brewmaster things falling on his head. The one upside and the one path for the Brionne team here is that all three of the cores are going to be standing at the exact, plus the Brewmaster Ghost, are going to be standing at the exact same spot in the fight. So there is absolutely great potential for, like, Lich ult plus Snapfire ult in this game. But, I don't know. I can't help but notice, and I have to once again point it out, not to discredit Shone or Renee, but let's just call a spade. You have a pretty low MMR pos 1, your pos 2 is not any higher, and is not a pos 2 player. It is weird to me to see these heroes like Sand King on this TK. Like, you don't have to completely smother them out. You can pick these, you can absolutely pick, like, you know, an Ursa. Just get something more mid-game on the DK rather than the DK. And then pick something with a little bit more carry power. It's going to peek about at the same time on the Sand King. Give him a little bit more ability to carry the bags, you know?
To see you die.
Like, you don't have to pick, like, the pos 3 Wraith King or Lycan or something, or, like, the pos 3 Deuce, God forbid. But, you know, something with more carry power on the TK when you have a team that looks like this, I think is probably just always going to be good for you. Brionne scouts out, just walks straight uphill looking for the first blood battle. First blood battle is here to find them. It's a lot of ignited Brewmaster brew, but it's not going to save Dazzle's life.
30 seconds to battle.
You know, this Rubik cosmetic, it looks like it's got like an OOT type vibe to this, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. It's definitely got that kind of aesthetic going on. This Troll Warlord aesthetic just looks like it could be the vanilla hero. Oh, you're going for round 2 here. Oh god. Interesting decision making, but they may get Renee out of it. No, he's just gonna barely scrape out. He's gonna be mostly indecisive. Mr. Fichet can't decide whether he wants to go in or out. Dazzle actually makes his big, amazing comeback, and they're gonna, just barely tap Luth. Nice shot on the whirling axes from the Troll Warlord, the range whirling axes. One final time tonight, it's time for the roll call. Okay, this is really unfortunate for the Ursa. Unfortunate for unpaused games, too.
You can't improve until you make mistakes.
Total.
One team says Guar. Okay, there we go. So Ursa's going to be in this lane with no HP. He does not have that much regen. He's already eaten 2 tangos. This is really unfortunate for him. At this rate, he probably should just TP'd home and just walked out after he got healed up. At the very least, Brewmaster is also really low. I don't know, it's a lot less scary for him. Especially when his support has 6 tangos and the other support has 3. Oh, look at that. It's like they're twins. It's beautiful. That mutual D ward. Okay. Time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the part where Brionne doesn't die. The roll call on the Brionne team. Pause 1, you've got Renee Aldor on the Ursa. Pause 2, you got Shone, also known as a random clown, also known as the DK. Pause 3, you've got TK. DK and TK on the same team. On the Sand King, so DK and TK, who's on the SK. Sounds like I'm speaking Pig Latin at this point. Pause 4, you've got Luth on the Snapfire, and pause 5, you've got Captain of the Team Brionne, who just made it to the grave. Ain't sure if he didn't die at the very least, but there's interesting drafts by both sides. I definitely favor the Dyers out here. Like, the Radiant's entire, as I said when you were out, I believe, the Radiant's entire strategy is these quick, decisive fights. You know, the Sand King, the Lich, the Snapfire, the Earth. So the only thing they have against this pattern is the DK, which was the last overall pick, which I guess they picked when they realized they couldn't do it anymore. Coplice team has the Brewmaster, who's not going to let you do that. It has the Troll Warlord, who's not going to let you do that. It's got the Dazzle, who's not going to let you do that. Like, kind of awkward. Anyway, speaking of that team, it's time for the roll call. Pause 1, who just got hit by every skill in this offlane, actually. Pause 1, you've got Mr. Fichet on the Troll Warlord. Pause 2, you've got Giraffe on the Slardar. Pause 3, you've got Coplice on the Brewmaster. Pause 4, 0 on the Rubik. And pause 5, you've got Cryptic, who sucks, on the Dazzle. Captain is Coplice on the funny drunken bear guy, Panda Bear. I had to specify because you also have a funny bear on this team. Very different kind of funny bear, though. It's like a, well, I guess he's a tiger right now, but anybody in chat from this game? No. In fact, even you're not. This is actually just my new bot, TK3000. Cryptic in chat. And 0 in chat. TK, you're the only person from this game in chat right now who doesn't have a sub, isn't that so awesome? Going for the Dazzle here. Speaking of TK, looks very dead. Yep. Fichet wants revenge. They do have a sentry here. Oh man, the Sav. The Sav does it. Sav does it. Sand King is just barely able to survive. Mr. Fishay is actually now the one in some pretty dire trouble. Dazzle comes in the very last second. Good fogging, that's true. TK, it was so awesome, that part where you were like... Oh. Everybody knew the ship was coming into the harbor when he did that. Well, no, it was a good exchange though. You were able to get out of that, and it looked like you were dead for rights. Well, this is going to be a very good game for the Brewmaster. I don't know how the lane's going to go. So far, it's favoring Ursa. I think it should favor it. This is going to be one of those weird lanes for Ursa where he should be in the driver's seat until level 6. When level 6 hits, when that Brewmaster hits level 6, Ursa has to say goodbye. Because if he doesn't get out of lane at that point, he's going to say goodnight. That Fire taking some free shots with the full bore on the Troll Warlord, shooting him in the back of the head. The investigating officer rolled it a suicide. Giraffe in control of mid here. This is one of the more awkward lanes for the DK here. Slardar is able to sustain himself as well as, if not better than the DK, because he doesn't have his passive anymore, his original passive. He's got his new passive. See what happens to Coplice. Okay, yeah, this is just a simple guess. Coplice gets under like half HP, Lich hits all the buttons, Ursa runs at him. Nothing more to it than that. Once Slar gets 6 is brutal for DK. It's already kind of brutal for DK, to be honest. TK, being in people who it is brutal for. Both pause 1s, or no, not both pause 1s, both pause 3s take a spill here to the respective pause 1s is what I meant. Arguably better for the Troll than the Ursa. It's a better Troll game. Still pretty good for the Ursa, nonetheless. In particular, puts this timer back a little bit, and this is, like I said, this is a timer. This hits level 6, Sappy Land. I think at level 6, see, we're at level 6 in mid. They actually hit it about the same time. Looks like DK actually came out on the better side of it. Just hit it at a good time. Slardar forced out of the river here. Tries to get a stun there. That would have been actually really good if he could have gotten the tower firing on him, but no such luck. And in fact, Slardar's now going to have to go home. TK is going to... Let's see actually what happens to TK. I'm curious what's going on here. He's just already just low. They're just... Brutal war of attrition here at top lane. Virtually everybody very low, and these guys just have some better ability to capitalize on it. Looks like that was a Lotus fight. Dire won it and got the kill. Rough for the poor Sand King. Giraffe crushes. It's true. It's a good thing Giraffe's already married, because his crushes never seem to turn out well. Wisdom runes just go the way you would expect. Interesting to keep this on Storm Brawler. I can see why. Gotta keep it on Earth. Yeah, I think I'd keep it on Earth. The Rubik here, good body blocking my Coplice. Is not quite enough though. Actually, Ursa gets a double. Wow, yeah. Great timing, too, because he's, he is just shy of that level 6 I was talking about, and that would have been... That is never happening again after he hits level 6. Good sequence of events there for the Radiant safe lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
DK hitting his, hitting this T1. Slardar walked out of lane to get a gank on the Snapfire at top. Slardar, all he has to do is just drop the funny little rain cloud on Shone's head, and Shone no longer wants anything to do with it. Zero spots out the Invis rune down a bot, gives Slardar the opportunity to come collect it, is thinking about it, Tree's trying to body block the other guys, but, he's playing from Scout Lincoln break, right? Shona's gonna go down. The entire support squad shows up. Shona's gonna go down. They take this opportunity with the Rubik out of the lane. They take this opportunity to get another kill on the Brewmaster. It's good strategy here. Again, just keeping this 6 as far away from possible. Keeping this Radiance as well. He's going for the first item Radiance here. You're 0-3-0. You have 27 lasses. I do not agree with this one. Sorry, Coplice. I know you're gonna get mad in general again, but jeez, no. No. Like, at this juncture, you gotta get something else first, I think. That Radiance is gonna... Okay, yeah. Good start. I was gonna say, that Radiance is gonna be like 50 minutes at this rate. Oh, Dazzle here at mid. He almost is able to get the Shallow Grave off, but not quite. But it's not gonna be worth it if this guy goes down. I like G-Ref. Just sees the artillery strike coming from Luth and just immediately stops hitting DK to go put a stop to it, and then just turns around and hits DK again. He played that very well. Managed a very scary looking situation. Ended up just getting a kill on DK, nothing else. It's very good. Echo Saber coming up for him. Illusion Rune coming up for him. Ursa, interestingly, has an OD, or OOC in his quick buy. It doesn't look like he's going to be doing it. Up, level 6 alarm, here we go. And Dazzle actually out here too. Ursa is going to take a very quick spill. I think maybe the funny thing to do there would have been to do the Cyclone. Yeah, I think the Yules isn't affected by the Ursa ult, so Cyclone actually would have just stopped him there. So didn't matter in that case, but it would be nice to see that in future instances of this. They actually dive Mr. Fishy at top as well, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See what happens here. Well, what happens, Mr. Fishy? He just tries to ride the lightning there, take a 1v2 with his ult. It does not work out. Inaugural use of it, I think.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Very bloodthirsty, especially when you know the Dazzle's not there. Or that's like a weird comp thing or what. First tower of the game goes down. It is the old standard for LD2L. I feel like not as often seen these days, but what are you gonna do?
Dire's top tower is under
Game slows down a little bit here. Both sides have mostly stopped baiting each other up for the moment. Troll and Snapfire fight over a creep camp. Snapfire wins. It nearly comes at great cost. She survives a stolen shotgun blast with just a modicum of health. Good effort to look for it there, but no dice. Luth is smart enough to just keep running after he shows on that wave.
Dire's middle tower is under
Seeing a little psychological game there. He shows on the wave deliberately to try and get Rubik to keep chasing him, then just immediately goes farther into the fog.
Double damage.
Dazzle takes the DD there, cruelly, heartlessly stealing the DD from the Giraffe. TK I thought was stuck for a second, honestly. Troll quite close to the Battle Fury. Flarder quite close to the Echo. DK is pretty far from everything right now. Let's take a look at this net worth chart. Kind of in the middle of the road, but it doesn't feel good as DK to be in the middle of the road at 12 minutes in the game. Like, this is a point when you really want to be getting on that in go mode, but the problem is he was laning against Slardar, and that's a tough one to do, laning against that guy. It's just not one of your better lane matchups, and as a result, even though I guess actually really superficially it looks like he's doing alright, but it's really guys who are doing good, 1,000 gold, guys who are doing bad. It's a 1,000 gold gap between third and fourth. It's about to close maybe a little bit though, as Ursa has just gotten caught by the entire team. Shades of the shades that other game from earlier, where they were going after the power Medusa. Brionne throws a ball. Brewmaster responds to it by saying my bosom buddies. Rubik responds to it by saying same. Dragon Knight just gets caught in this crossfire. Artillery Strike takes out most of the bears, but not all of them. Not enough to
I've always
finish
wanted
the
to be a
job.
ranger.
Giraffe in the back line, I think didn't realize how well this fight ahead of him was going, or else he probably would have stayed on the Snapfire here. Kind of regrets it perhaps, but still going after it, it's going to be fine. Good hold for the Brew. Good goddamn thing he switched to those phase boots, because if he didn't, it's a much harder road to the Radiance for him, I think. But Blink coming out next for the Slardar. Ward's coming out next for the Rubik. Such a pessimist, he doesn't even put anything in his quick buy, and neither does his Destitute Dazzle. Okay, never mind, he's put something in his quick buy, I lied, sorry. He's getting Glimmer Cape. This guy's getting Aether Lens, jeez. You just play him guys a little bit, and you can get amazed how much the action's changed. Armlet about halfway done on the DK. That set him back a little bit, that spill he took. They have the Blink Dagger out on the Sand King, who is following it up with a pretty immediate IBS Aghanims. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Ags for Sand King, it's IBS. Wait, no it's not. That's the Shard for Sand King. I lied. The Ags for Sand King is... I thought they changed this away from this, but whatever. Maybe they changed it back. Snapfire going for that Coplice. DK going for this top T1 tower. Right thing to do right now. Like, you're really in no condition to fight at all. As a team, as an individual, you have nothing. You're 0 items Jones. And your pause 3 is barely doing better than the other guy's pause 4, so... Actually, they're pause 5. Ursa gets hit by a Lich Hole. Uses his own ult deck to get it off. Sand King, I thought actually hit nothing, but actually hit the Giraffe there, made the unfortunate call to try and go in the middle of it, looking for the free kill on the Ursa. Dire is only now really getting close to this fight. Everyone's going in on the Devil here. Rubik definitely was looking something better than that. Sand King E. Shallow Grave comes out on the Dazzle, which uses it in an interesting way by deciding that's the target for the Lich Hole. Troll Warlord beats the crap out of the Ursa, while the Brew and Troll as a unit beat the crap... Oh, nice blink by TK. Beat the crap out of the Troll, or out of the... Whoever the hell they killed there. DK, that's what it was. It was a DK. Giraffe TP's in a good spot and is able to get the Rain Cloud on top of the Sand King. They get rid of him. Overall, 2 for 3. Or 4 for 3, rather. 4 for 2, allegedly, but they killed the Slardar before I'm counting it. I was about to say about an equal trade, about a stalemate there, but with the Snapfire kill, it's not going to be. What? It's not going to be anymore. Get the Sentry Rubik. Okay, there we go. Rubik has the Sand King Q. Where's the E? Giraffe, it almost is funny how few fucks Giraffe is giving in the middle of this. Like, he just does not care about anything. Barely able to scrape out of it with his life. Is going to take a few swigs of the bottle. Kind of amazing how he's able to tank through all of that with no tanking items. Just a testament to the Radiant being behind at this point, I think. Wait, he didn't have the... Uh-oh. I thought he had the Talisman already, and that's why it wasn't in his quick buy. Not awesome, but whatever. Especially with Sand King stealing 2 bounties. You finally get the armlet off in the DK. The first thing they do with it is they go find the Dazzle, and then they kill him. As of his casual cloak for the Glimmer Cape. First part of the Sand King Ags, and the second from that kill. From that sequence of events, rather, I would guess. Troll looking for the Rossange. Versus Battle Fury is in. He is looking for the BKB next. He's looking for it though. This might be a little nutso. He just walked under an obs here. He walked under an obs to
Radiant's
kill
middle
one
tower
creep.
is under attack.
Oh, bit of a miscue there. I think Rubik wanted to put Urs on the cliff, but didn't want to grief his team. So
Radiant's
well,
middle
what can you
tower
do?
is under attack.
kind of an awkward situation.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Honestly, I don't think it's a completely unviable idea. I mean, he's gonna knock the creep wave off here at the top. But I don't think it's an unviable idea to just hit the brew ult, have all three of the other brew guys just come kill this tower while the
Radiant's
main one
bottom
is just
tower
completely
is
out of
under
danger.
attack.
Creep's gonna hit bottom lane. Radiant's gonna run up Dire's mid here. Mr. Fichet is in a really crazy spot. Yeah, he's just gonna get 100 to 0'd. They're just waiting in the wings with a bunch of blanks to just jump on that man, and they got him good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they were waiting in the wings with 2 blanks, but you know, they have the Snapfire cookie as
Radiant's
well. That's
bottom
kind of a
tower
blink.
is under attack.
Radiant's out on Brewmaster. It's sub 20 at least. Oh man, that Dragonite is dying fast, and the Slardar died even faster. 2 for 1 trade thus far. Getting the DK makes staying here kind of a tricky option. They're gonna like not do that. Blink up next on the Lich.
Don't worry, Mortimer, I'm still here.
Slardar gonna go for the Shardar next. Just don't remove the first S, and then we're all good. Or it's about halfway to the BKB at this point. At least we'll be soon enough. Wow. Collecting the Wisdom Rune with the statistically most unwise hero in the entire game. Way to roleplay, Mr. Fichet. Way to play that
Dire's
hero.
bottom tower is under attack.
Come on, Troll Warlord would never get a Shrine of Wisdom. He'd be like, that shit's for nerds! Eve even missed out on a kill. But he did get an entire SMY, so it's okay. He's going for his own BKB next, which, good.
Dire's middle tower
DK is
under
just
attack.
like a push bot at this point. Like, he respawns, goes up mid, hits Elder Dragon for him to run at this tower. This guy is Mr. Objectives.
Dire's top tower is
Rhodes
under
is doing much the same with this top T2. Rather close to his BKB. Looks like they're waiting, Radiant at the very least, waiting on the BKB and the Earth to do the next fight, perhaps.
Dire's
Got
top
a
tower has
Ghost
fallen.
Scepter on the Lich, which might be a little funny here. They're going to actually get the first rush of the game on the Dire here. Going to take the opportunity away from the Ursa. They're going to give it to Mr. Fichet, who did most of the work, so it's only fair. If you told somebody 10 years ago that in the future Pos 3s would build Radiance and then Vlad's, they'd look at you like you're, I don't know, they'd look at you like you were an alien or something, but here we are. It is no longer simply the dreams of psychopaths. We have Radiance into Vlad's, and it's like a regular thing. Man, that was close for TK. That was a certified yipes moment. If you said yipes when that happened to you, I
Dire's
literally don't
middle
even blame
tower
you.
is under attack.
People are thinking about
Radiant's bottom
different
tower
objectives
is under
here.
attack.
It's like Mr.
Dire's
Fichet is
middle tower
ordering
is under attack.
to make a push at top T3 while Dire is pushing bot T2 here. But problem is they have Mr. Troll Warlord. He gets through these things pretty fast. Much faster than
Dire's
Ursa does.
structures are fortified.
Sort of a flanking maneuver here. Dire is closing the gap on the Radiant. The good news is that Snapfire is going to make it out.
Tower is under attack.
DK not so
Radiant's
much.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's starting to look kind of bad for the Radiant. They tried to get some ground, catch their breaths, get some picks, but the picks weren't like... The picks are too hard to come by because it's just so hard to kill the cores. It's like easy for Dire to get picks than it is for the Radiant to get picks. And now they're better at pushing, they're better at picking, and they're better at fighting. And they've got the gold lead and currently the Aegis. It's looking tough, at least for the moment. Sort of in the back line. Bully and poor Brionne. I'm gonna try and get her out here. One man Lich ult on the Slardar. He is gonna die for it, especially in conjunction with the Sand King ult. Going for a BKB next. Could you blame him? Troll BKB nearly done. Dire retreating as fast as humanly possible to their own side of the map here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are
Radiant successfully scan out where Mr. Fichet is. That's Brewmaster on the way there. Pretty good pick. Almost. Oh. That was very, very close, but Brewmaster says it's time for 3 of me, and 3 it shall be. DK goes down. Ursa. Oh no, that's Coplice's Cyclone. Doesn't matter in the end, as it turns out. But no, it does matter at the end. Ursa actually gets out because he got tornadoed there. Oh well. And TK actually sticks around to get the kill on funny Brewmaster. 4-for-1 trade. They do not even get the Aegis. 2k gold swing. Aegis has a minute 13, which is more than enough for Troll Warlord to bash some towers up a little bit. Great opportunity for T3 here. The two guys who are about to come up are, well, the Snap can make them get back. The DK, not really a threat anymore. They do have the glyph though, and that is going to buy enough time for the Lich to come up, and that's a pretty scary prospect, 4v4. Oh, Warlord found a big stack of Ancients though, so he's not too unhappy. They're invading their own triangle in the Radiant to some degree. Now they're invading the Wisdom Rune spot here. Perhaps in anticipation of the big 2-8.
Dire's bottom tower
Mr. Fichet was like really convincingly looking like he knew where TK was in that, but I don't think he did. I think that was just coincidence.
Dire's bottom tower.
Luth made it out last time. Might not be so lucky this time. Get a Lich ult to try and dissuade things. Your Warlords are scary. It's the ult. Goodbye, Mr. Ursa. Yes, just does go down this time. DK follows. Aegis expires. Rubik always wanted to be a giant space crab. What's Ursa at this point? 4, and 5? I mean, it's not abysmal for an Ursa game that looks like this, but it's not good, certainly.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Tyre almost just thought I'd rather have mid than top for
Radiant's
whatever
top
reason.
tower is under attack.
Gonna take top for free. The cooldown on the Brewmaster ult is
Radiant's top tower has
donezo.
fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Dazzle is floating 3,000 gold, and Slardar is floating 2,000, and it almost doesn't matter at all. These guys care so little about range Rex, they're just going right for the T3 min instead. All 5 up and no Aegis. Which, they might regret. Hit that ult, baby. Nope, not gonna need it. They are going to get the kill on G-Rap. Oh man, Troll Warlord hits the ult to beat up Ursa. Gets hypnotized by the Lich. He does it. He wins the fight against the Ursa. He's not gonna win the staying alive fight, more than likely. You've got to be kidding. He lives this. Okay.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
3-for-1 trade, and 2 range creeps are actually about to kill this melee Rex, or the range Rex rather. It's appropriate.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Oop walks up to it, does not actually get their aggro off in time. Mr. Fichet living that is nuts. So this guy is an actual psychopath. This guy was fighting with 0 items the same day, and he's also doing this. I mean, this guy is a real nutcase. Both cases is working out. Radiant do not even glyph. I think at this point the Radiant pretty well knows where this one's going to go. They're going to make a big last hurrah here. But again, Radiant wants the short battles. Dire has the shallow grave. Radiant lose Sand King, who has no buy. He's died back. In fact, nobody on Radiant has buyback because Radiant is so far behind money-wise they really couldn't even afford to save it. Like if they save for buyback, they just lose anyway. Yeah, he is winning. No matter how crazy he gets, he is still winning. So. Just because it works doesn't mean it's not crazy. And just because it's crazy, it doesn't mean it's not going to work. That's all I'm saying. 2 sets of racks at this point for the Dire. Backdoor not up yet on this one. There's a creep here. This is so sad. There's just one crappy creep over there at mid, not even hitting anything. And boy, this DK is irrelevant at this point. Yeah, DK is only barely richer than the Rubik and is well poorer than the Dazzle. He is like officially a non-factor at this point. Bro might as well not even exist. This was their desperation last pick to have just one guy good at long fights, and even he couldn't do it in the end. The Sand King, by the way, lower than any of the Dire supports. Okay, now both the DK and the SK are, but the SK is still going to have one little crazy fight here. That's going to bring him well above the Rubik. Oh my god, this is so sad for Troll Warlord, the last man alive. Ends up being 5-for-1. Mr. Fichet with a huge 5-man Echo Slam. Huge 5-man ult, 7,000 damage. Does more damage in that than the entire Dire did on the counterattack. The only downside is that the Radiant can't do anything from this, so we're just going to fast forward until the Dire's back alive. This is the right call in this time to just do the Roche, because the Dire is not really going to be gone long enough to do anything, especially considering you only have one T3 even available to you. I'm going to scan this out. They're looking to come in here. They do not make it in time to take the Aegis. They might make it in time to get some stragglers. Yep, another shot for the DK. He finally got a little money there, but no, but he's back down to his own support line at this point. My god, he's not even any richer than the Lich. Troll comes in. Round 2, baby. Lich in the GG jungle. Got Ags queued. Pretty ambitious. TK having a little bit of trouble seeing straight, going for Shivas after that big turnaround little fight. Big turnaround-esque fight, and yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true. I mean, it is true. It's factually true. I think it's the correct course of action. First, they're going for the Basher into the Abyssal Blade just instantly. Oh, that's really the call, but it'll help in the fights with the ulted Troll Warlord who has nothing to say about it. DK, I mean, we might as well not even look at his inventory. He's not going to have another item by the end of this game. Okay, can we, like, not do this? They're just not going to take the fight uphill while Ursa has Aegis. They're just going to farm out instead while Ursa has to farm on the really low value mega creeps. One of the strangest little quirks of Dota that you may not have noticed if you haven't been looking too much into the mechanics is that supers and megas give less and less gold than the regular lane creeps. And as well, lane creep bounty ticks up over the course of the game, and when you get megas, it resets it. Eventually, they'll pay out the same if you stay in the game for 3 hours. In fairness, the 3 hours number is from many years ago at this point, so if you stay in for several hours, it'll eventually be the same. Dire want to do the Tormentor. More like the Bormentor. Dazzle gets himself the shard here. I mean, Ursa has been able to maintain second place on the leaderboard. That is something at this juncture. Even if it's, you know, Troll Warlord, then Ursa, and then nearly the rest of the Dire. If this Rubik was a little bit more greedy, it would just be... Or if this Rubik had gotten the shard off of Tormentor, perhaps, he would be dangerously close. It would be dangerously close to Troll, then Ursa, then everyone on Dire, then the rest of Radiant, which is not very helpful. Okay, looks like we're finally going to have a fight out here. They track the Dazzle, they get rid of him. Projection not able to make the save. Dire not ready to do anything about this at all. Troll Warlord is going to be the first guy in. This is a very disjointed fight. The Basher is actually helping him a bit, but not enough. Troll is ultimately going to be able to knock them all down. Rest of the team just straight falls. I mean, it just gets completely hammered there. Where did Rusa go? Where did rest of team go is a real question. DK with another big ult here. A couple of big buybacks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I like Dazzle though. Was that the Psychic Headband? I doubt he has a Hurricane Pike. Oh no, just a Force Staff actually. Giraffe, TK trade each other. DK dies. Ursa goes way out of position here, goes way further than his teammates are really willing to actually go. DK buys back, immediately TP's in, immediately TP's back to the graveyard is what he's going to do. Slardar buys back because God knows there hasn't been enough buyback sounds. Luth is just making a big fireworks display. Renee versus the world goes down. Luth calls the G's. We're going home.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
Yep.
ancient is under attack.
I mean, it's just a simple contradiction of philosophy. The Dire, the Radiant had a game plan for this game that the Dire just unilaterally shut down, and that's almost all there is to say about it. Like, you know, what am I going to do? Am I going to hit the DK for being like a non-mid player playing mid, not doing too good? Am I going to hit the Ursa for doing bad in a bad Ursa game? I mean, this is a tough one from the word go. A tough draft to face. Again, team that needs to win fights quickly versus team that literally stops you from winning fights quickly, and it happened. Cool plays, cool signs of life. Good job from TK on that Sand King. That's all there really is to say about this. I feel like further analysis is just I don't know, waste of breath to a degree. If you or somebody you know want to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to LD2L.gg today to sign up. It's too late to get into this season, but it's not too late to stand in. Well, it probably is if I'm being honest, but holiday mini signups are already open, so you can just join on for that. Sure, I've muted Twitch really quick. Holiday mini signups are open. The next season is on its way. Go to LD2L.gg, go to the link to that Discord server. That's where all the action is happening. We'll see you next time.